Hi guys, welcome back to WD18 Team, the Watford fan channel, for the first episode of Watford FC Transfer Talk. Now, you might have remembered back in January I tried a series called Transfer Daily. I tried to keep it daily, but I couldn't, and I've wanted to bring it back. I wanted to bring back the transfer rumours. Everyone loves a good transfer rumour, and by popular demand we ran a poll on our Instagram, and 91% of people, I believe, said they wanted to bring back the transfer talk videos. So as requested, we're going to bring it back today. There's been a few rumours surrounding Watford recently, and a couple of concrete rumours. Now, one of them is Adam Masina, the left back from Bologna. I will touch upon him in a minute. He's going to be signing on July the 1st, but I'll go into more depth in a minute. But we're going to be starting on the players that will be leaving Watford. Yes, leaving. And that one of them is Troy Deeney. Now, the Daily Star reported yesterday that Watford are considering offers at least £10 million for captain Troy Deeney. Now, how reliable that is, I'm not too sure. The Daily Star isn't exactly concrete news, let's put it that way. They have been making a few dodgy stories. But would we want to sell Troy Deeney? I think we might be. He's come to a point in his Watford career where he's not going to be a starter, I don't think, next season. If we get a new striker in, he may be looking at it thinking, you know what, I don't really want to be here anymore. He's on a lot of money, and if we're just going to keep him as a bench player, I don't think that will suit Gino and Scott Duxbury. So that'll be an interesting development, but it's from the Daily Star, so I'm not too sure. But they're reporting that they're willing to consider offers of at least £10 million. You might remember West Bromwich Albion were interested prior to their relegation, but Deeney turned them down. It got to the advanced talk stage, I believe. Watford accepted a bid, and then West Brom were like, well, we want to take him, and then Watford were like, no, not at the minute. I mean, sorry, Deeney was like, oh, I don't want to go. But who would want to? If he's on £100,000 a week, he's not going to get relegated and maybe receive a drop in wages. He might not be a guaranteed starter. So Watford's a pretty good club for Deeney at the minute. He's not in his prime, I don't think, anymore. So it'll be interesting to see how that one develops. But I've got my notes here, and the other player who's looking to come into Watford as a result of Deeney leaving, Andre Gray's also been someone who's linked to a move away, is Sam Vokes. Yes, the Burnley striker, the Welsh striker. You might remember that famous goal in Euro 2016 against Belgium. The big Welshman, the target man, he wins balls in the air, and he's been linked with a move to Watford. This is from the Daily Mirror, their football section, and this has been reported that if Watford decide to sell Andre Gray or decide to sell Troy Deeney, they'll be looking to put a bid in for Sam Vokes. Now, with Sam Vokes, he's one of those who's not starting at Burnley. Obviously, they got European football in the Europa League, getting drawn away to Aberdeen, but he's not a starter. You might remember he came on against us at Vicarage Road, some appalling defending, but he came on, made the difference after about 30 seconds of coming on and scored from the free kick. Now, he's someone who, if we get the right price for him, it probably would be a good acquisition, but a lot of people, it's kind of 50-50. I'm personally a fan of Sam Vokes. I think he's a fantastic impact sub. I don't think he's a starter though, so will he be willing to move from Burnley and come to Watford, where is he going to be guaranteed first team football? I'm not too sure. I think there's probably other clubs he could go to and get first team football, but he may have to drop down a division. So that will be an interesting development, but it's nothing really in it just yet. It's just saying Watford would make a bid. Where the sources come from, I'm not too sure, but it's from the Daily Mirror, so a little bit more reliable than the Daily Star. Now, more positive news, not talking about Troy Deeney leaving. Sam Vokes is obviously an in, and another incoming is Adam Masina, the left-back from Bologna. Now, he won Serie B Footballer of the Year in 2015. He's someone who's been highly rated, one of the most underrated left-backs in the Serie A since he got promoted with Bologna. He's someone who, I think a lot of clubs, Spurs were interested at some stage, so he's one of those players who has been rumoured to a move, hasn't really materialised, and Watford have gone in. Now, the fee rumoured is to be around £3.5 million. That's from Sky Sports. However, from reports in Italy, I've gathered that it's around £6 million. So if we can get that deal over the line, it seems that we've agreed a fee and the medical's been completed and personal terms have been agreed. So all we need to do now is basically announce it, but that can only be done on July the 1st when the Italian summer transfer window opens. Sorry, I've got a bit of a cold, if you can tell. Yes, that's when the Italy transfer window opens on July the 1st. So that's when the announcement will be made. And that was from Sky Sports News. But like I said, it's around £6 million according to reports in Italy, £3.5 million according to Sky Sports. So I'm not too sure which one to believe just yet, but I'm sure we'll find out in due course. Adam Masina, we've needed to strengthen the left-back position for a while. We penny-pinched really with Marvin Ziegler for £3.5 million from Sporting Lisbon. Jose Holebas, is he good enough? Probably not. Not a lot of people like Jose Holebas, let's put it that way. But Adam Masina is going to come in, hopefully do a job. That's going to be announced on July the 1st, from what I've been reading. So that's a really good plus. For Watford, like I said, we need to reinforce the left-back position for a while. And the final bit of transfer news in this episode today is Joseph de Sousa, yes, the centre midfielder from Fenerbahce. According to reports in Turkey, Watford are putting a €9 million bid for the Brazilian midfielder. He can play centre midfield. He can also play defensive midfield. Now, I wouldn't say midfield is a priority for Watford, but for one thing is certain that we'll be looking to get more depth. A lot of fans have been like, do we really need another midfielder? I'm not too sure personally, but clearly there's something in that the Potsos and Duxbury have seen that's worth and is valuable to the squad. You've got to remember, any signing, even if it's the worst signing in the world and people have been questioning why we brought Andre Gray in, there are always qualities. That's the reason they brought him in. And obviously £18.5 million for Gray wasn't the best deal. But at the end of the day, he's got to have a bit of quality, and Andre Gray at times has shown it, but we're not talking about Andre Gray, we're talking about Joseph de Sousa, and we're putting a €9 million bid for him to Fenerbahce. According to reports in Turkey, Watford and Fenerbahce officials will meet this week in the coming days to discuss the deal. It seems we've beaten interest from West Bromwich Albion, which is an interesting one. Obviously, Premier League football is an attraction for a player of his calibre. I remember watching him against Manchester United in the Europa League, I believe, and he looked a solid player, so that'll be interesting to see how that one goes. But overall, interesting rumours coming out of Watford. That's pretty much it for this episode. Would you like me to do them as a live stream, as a regular thing, or would you like me to record it and edit it with pictures over it, etc.? Let me know down in the comment section below. Always love doing these transfer videos, so I'll try and get them out as regularly as possible. Apologies that this is going up at about 10 o'clock. I was watching the Croatia-Argentina game, so apologies. World Cup was taking priority. So I hope you guys did enjoy the first episode of the Watford FC transfer talk. As I said, I've started this series again after doing it in January, and you guys seem to love it, so I've brought it back, and hopefully Watford can bring in a few more players that we can talk about in the next episode, and get that Masina one over the line, because I really want to see him in a Watford shirt. It's pretty much nailed on that he is going to sign. So make sure, if you do enjoy these sorts of videos, to leave a like. Don't forget to subscribe as always, and comment down below what you make of the transfers, what you make of the video, and who do we need to bring in the future. Thanks for watching, guys, and yeah, I'll see you in the next one.